There you are. This is a best stocks to buy now video. In this video, I'm going to give you 3 stellar picks for the week ahead that you need to know about before they blow up. If you don't hop on these stocks this week, they could leave the station without you, so I don't want that happening to you. This is not financial advice, this is just my opinion. Okay, stock number 1. This first stock is one that I have talked about before. In fact, I have talked about this stock in my Patreon on December 28th. It has since 2x'd. That is 100% gain in just a little over a month. You would know about it if you were part of my Discord. Use the Patreon link down below to get instant access to my Discord before these stocks 2x. This first stock is called Mohawk. Mohawk is a still under the radar company that has figured out how to hack the infinite profit machine on Amazon. Mohawk uses artificial intelligence and natural language semantics to find categories on Amazon with products that don't have a clear leader. They identify these products in these categories and say, this category doesn't have a clear leader. Let's find a product. Let's search through all of the reviews, good and bad, about this product and find what people don't like about it. And then they just create a new product solving those issues. And they are making an incredible amount of money doing it. What I love about Mohawk is that they are still under a $1 billion company, just barely, that you can still get in on in spite of them already 2xing in the last month. I think that if this stock has a pullback from its current position at $35 a share, it is a clear buy. Okay? This first one, I am recommending to you for this week. If we see this stock fall like 5%, 10%, to me, it's a no-brainer to add to your portfolio. My next stock is a even more under the radar stock called BFT. It's a SPAC. SPACs are so hot right now in the market. You probably know that if you're watching this video. And what is a SPAC? A SPAC is a holding company that intends to effect a merger with another existing company, avoiding the IPO process. So what's so great about SPACs is that they let you and they let me get in on the ground floor before those nosebleed IPO prices. We saw companies like Airbnb IPO just recently, companies like DoorDash IPO recently. By the time they hit the market and you can buy shares, they are like so expensive. The really cool thing about SPACs is that they are speculative, but they let you get in while the price is still cheap. That is what's going on with BFT. As you can see, it popped a little bit, but not that much. And what is BFT? They are going to merge with a company called PaySafe. Let me tell you about PaySafe because you are going to get super excited the way that I did when I first came across this company. And the great thing about BFT is that it hasn't really been discovered yet. PaySafe is going to merge with BFT. And PaySafe is already doing $100 billion of business. To put that into context, Square is only doing $140 billion of online payment processing. So they're nearly as big as Square. And what I love about PaySafe is that they are already profitable. Square isn't even as profitable as PaySafe. So PaySafe is just so undervalued. Another thing that I really like about PaySafe is their management. Bill Foley is bringing them to market. He's the owner of the Vegas Knights. He has a lot of experience in the financial sector. Also, they have ex-PayPal executives. PayPal, as we know, has just been an incredible disruptor in this space. So they know what they're doing. The management basically is what I'm saying. So I love the management. I love where they're valued still in the SPAC valuation category. And I just think it's a really exciting company that addresses online payments for a lot of gaming sites and a lot of gambling sites. So think of like DraftKings, think of Skills, which is so hot right now. All these companies that are just going to be so hot now and going into the future, PaySafe is going to grow right alongside them. So it's just like really exciting, I think, to get in on the ground floor with a company like PaySafe which is currently called BFT. This is one that I have no trouble buying right now at its current prices of $17.89. And it's one that you're going to have to buy and then hold on to because it hasn't gone through the merger yet. So when it goes through that merger, if you buy this stock now and wait like a year, I think you'll be thanking me for it. The last stock that I'm going to talk about, I'm going to take a glass of water. You're going to hate me for this. You're not going to like this pick, but I have to talk about it. This might be the most compelling pick of the three. I would argue that this stock is the most undervalued stock on the market right now. Not even exaggerating. This last stock pick had 100% revenue growth year over year, and they're only trading at 8 times revenue. Okay. The company is Peloton. I knew you were going to hate me for it, but let me make my argument. Peloton just had their earnings call in which they said, guys, we are just doing so much business that we can't keep up. Why can't they keep up? Because of supply chain issues coming out of Canada, coming out of China, and delivery issues because of the pandemic, all sorts of stuff like this. But isn't that the best problem to have, that so many people want their bikes that they just can't keep up with the demand? Yes, it is. And yet their stock went down like 8% when they had their earnings call. So when does a stock drop when a company reports such a promising outlook in their earnings call? Peloton did. So right now, if we look at the chart, Peloton is at a great spot to buy right now. This was the day it ran up here before the earnings call. Earnings call happened, and then boom, it fell right back down to about $148 a share. If they even get back up to their most recent highs of $170 a share, that's like a fantastic gain right there. But if we zoom out, I mean, Peloton is going to crush in the next like 2 to 3 years. And I say that because it is a undervalued company because people don't understand the product. The big argument against Peloton is that it is a bicycle with an iPad attached to it. Ha ha ha. But what people, I think, don't understand about Peloton is that it's not just a bicycle. It's all of the fitness dreams that everyone has packaged into one clean, sexy product. And by that, I mean that it is your gym membership. It is your personal trainer. It is your yoga instructor. It's your Zumba class. It's your spin class. It's all of that. It's every late night infomercial wrapped into one. And I've heard people say, oh, but, you know, late night infomercial fads like, I don't know, Tybo, whatever, and that Peloton will go the way of those fads. Guys, I'm here to tell you that Peloton is going to take over the world. This is not a fad. If you think it's a fad, why would Apple be creating an identical product to try and compete? It's because Apple knows that there is just a ton of money to be made in this space. The other argument against Peloton is that it is a pandemic stock. And while it is true that it has done very well during lockdowns, people are stuck at home and they want to work out, I would say that just look at their revenue before the pandemic ever started. They were crushing before the pandemic. They are projecting to crush after the pandemic. Everyone wants to get fit, and yet people lack the motivation. So here is a company that lets you not only pay a subscription to feel like you're going to work out, whether or not you do, but it also comes with it a built-in motivation, a fun factor that going to the gym just doesn't have for most people. There's a reason why everyone signs up for the gym in January and no one's going by the time summer runs around. Peloton lets people dip in, dip out if they want to or not from one class from one day to the next. I won't go on and on, but there is a stickiness factor that Peloton has, a motivation factor that Peloton has, a fun factor, a sexiness factor that Peloton has that is just not being accounted for when people say, oh, it's just a bicycle, oh, it's just a pandemic stock. Let alone the fact that they're getting into things like apparel. I could go on and on. Suffice it to say that if you don't buy Peloton now, then I believe, according to my own opinion, that you will be missing out on a great opportunity to get in with a company that is going to grow a lot in the next 2 years. If you want to buy Peloton Monday morning, like I am, in pre-market, use the Webull link down below where they will give you 2 free stocks if you just deposit $100, and you can trade in the pre-market as early as 4 a.m. And if you want to get access to my private Discord where I give my stock picks before I make videos about them, usually the day that I make them, I give a daily recap of the stocks that I've bought and sold, as well as access to my own personal portfolio so you can see what stocks I'm buying and holding, the ones that I have the highest conviction on. Use the Patreon link down below. Thank you so much for watching this video. Leave a comment down below telling me your favorite stock to buy this week, and if you think my stocks are good or if you think they're trash. I appreciate all feedback. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you real soon in the next one. You take care. Peace.